And we are back in the Z4. Finally got it back out of the shop. This experience was drastically different, so I'm really glad that I got a chance to find this new mechanic for me. This is the first drive of me being in the vehicle since I've had it back for the last couple of weeks. He fixed the whistling noise that was going on underneath the hood or the engine. There was some pipe or some holes that needed to be, that was just crumbled. He showed it to me, but it needed to be replaced. It was causing this whistling noise, but because of that, air was not able to flow properly through the engine, and so that threw off this check engine code from rough idling, as well as one of the O2 sensors. It threw off all of that. So, but anyway, in the car, I don't hear the noise. He did fix whatever issue was going on with the window, where it would go down and not come back up, which was not on the list, but he fixed it. Okay. The biggest thing that I put the car in the shop to be the reason for it to be fixed was for the convertible top. Unfortunately, he was not able to fully fix the convertible top. He did get a chance to replace the motor that's in the side well here behind me. He did get a chance to replace that motor because it was bad. It was, of course, like all the other cars of this particular type, this Z4. The rear motor being in that fender there, it gets trapped with water and debris and all this other stuff, and so the motor itself ends up getting soaked in water, rots out, eventually stops working. And so that's what was going on here. He fixed that, but once that was in, all of a sudden, more hoses that operate the vehicle, I can't even remember with the hydraulic pumps on the other side, the lines to the hydraulic pumps were spitting out oil and fluids. And so to do that, he said he would have to take off the entire convertible top, which I know is not ideal for me. It's not what I wanted to hear. Which I was kind of upset and frustrated with, because I was like, I thought you were going to do that anyway to get to this motor here that needed to be replaced, but you didn't. You went through the trunk instead. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, he said in order to fix, or at least find out where the leak was coming from, he was going to have to take the entire convertible top off. And that was going to take them 10 hours to do. Right now, I do not and cannot pay for 10 hours of labor for them to take that off. Not even to just, that's just the labor cost to take it off and put it back on. That doesn't include finding the issue, and that doesn't include fixing what the actual issue is. So I'm going to have to save up a little bit more for that. And yeah, but the leather seats, I did get a quote on the leather seats. Decided to go against that. It was not going to be worth it. That money, of course, went toward the things that he did. I got a quote or an option from him on the key fob. He does not suggest taking it apart. He couldn't, and so he didn't. So I still have this key fob issue. And honestly, I think that was about it. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was about it. Yeah, that was about it. So, yeah, still more work to do. It's a BMW. We all know how that goes. Yeah. So hopefully I'll get a chance to get some good weather in here soon, because I can still operate the top manually. So hopefully I'll get a chance to get some good weather in and give you guys an update as to what's going on while rolling. Some good views with the top down. So yeah, but anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. Let me stop rambling. I will say that this car still brings me joy, which I know that it would. I was not happy to swipe that card, but what can you do? You have to do it. You want to do it. It's a project car. It's my baby, and so I want my baby rolling. So just a quick continuation. I did drive the car yesterday. Top was up because it's still pretty cold here. I think it's like 40 degrees here. It's pretty chilly. But I did I did discover a couple of things that I'm not so happy about. So number one, I think that they broke this entire piece.
I'm almost certain that it was not cracked at the time that I dropped it off. As we know, I can't be too frustrated because as we know, these things, the Z4 is there's a lot of plastic and they quickly break. But I am going to ask. I'm going to ask the guy, the shop owner about it to see what he says. I'm just very curious. But yeah, hmm yeah. And secondly, this piece here, when I got it back, this was completely popped in. I did look at how to replace this, and it looks like there's a couple of screws on the back of it. But in order to do it, you have to take the entire bumper off. Who's doing that? Oh, not the entire bumper, excuse me. But there's guards that are here and underneath the tire that has a lot of different clips in order to be able to pull the bumper slightly back. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah. So anyway, those guards has to come off, and again, to be able to pull the bumper back to be able to access this light, I don't have time for that at all. Yeah. So anyway, but this piece here, I am not even going to worry about replacing. It's not the end of the world. I did my very best to not break it, but again, it's not the end of the world. This little cap piece here by itself was $200, and even I bought it new, and even then the little fasteners that hold it are so cheap and flimsy, like they've broken a little bit. And so I was just like, I'm not dealing with that at all. It's a vanity piece. Who freaking cares? And so I'm not gonna leave this tape up here. I did put some super glue in a couple of spots. So in the event that it ever has to come back off, I can just simply put a knife or something in here to take this off. Yeah. What I'm gonna do now is kind of pull the tape off just to see if the fastener is going to hold on its own. Fingers crossed. Okay, so yeah, I pulled the tape off. I was kind of scared because the black tape was Gorilla Glue tape, and it was just the only tape I had. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so what I did do, I did a very small dot. I don't know if you can see it, but I did a very small dot of super glue here, 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 and here. And so, again, that way, if I ever have to pull it off to replace this motor or anything, then we're pretty much good to go to just kind of, again, do a quick slice through it with a knife, disconnect or separate the glue that's there, and hopefully we'll be good to go. But this piece here, I'm just gonna, it is what it is. We're gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna put tape on it. It's just gonna be a freaking crack. Who cares at this point? So the next test that I definitely want to do is, because the glue and everything has been sitting overnight. I want to see with the top. Hold on, Lord Jesus, because the top didn't work. So we got to push it down manually. Good Lord. So, whew, my goodness, Lord have mercy. All right, let's lock it into place. All right, and that is done. So what we will do, I want to double check to see if when we pull the top back up, I'm gonna double check to see if the glue and everything holds on it. Let's see what happens. Okay, looks like it did. Okay, so that was just test one. Of course, with summer coming up or spring approaching, we will be testing that out more frequently because we will be pushing the top up and down. But yeah, looks like that worked. And it's holding. So looks better in here. Minus the crack. Definitely looks better. And same thing here. Like I told you guys, I don't have time for this. So I did put a little bit of glue here. I don't like how, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like these white specks on it. And I'm assuming some of the glue has started to expand. I don't know. Let's see if we can wipe it off. Hopefully that's all it takes. Handy dandy wipes. Let's see what we do here. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it actually came off. I will see if when it dries, I'm gonna see if it comes back. That'll be the real test. The last thing I did get some seat covers. We found some really good cheap seat covers. Like that was like 17 bucks. And so I was like, I thought they were going to be great. But the issue that we're having is it doesn't work against the seatbelt here. And so it fits across the whole thing. And so that way you wouldn't be able to pull the seatbelt out. So if you're out looking for seat covers, be very, very careful where you get them from. Make sure you're mindful and make sure it fits your vehicle. Again, those are some good cheap ones. I think we got from Ross or whatever. But, didn't work. $17, $18 gone. So it is what it is. Probably going to put that in the truck here. But anyway, the next thing I want to do is going to be this antenna. I got a new one from Amazon. I think it was like $7. And I don't like how flimsy this was, you know? And more importantly, when I put the top on it, it kind of started to slightly try to poke through the top. And so I didn't like that. It was too pointed of a tip. So I was like, let me bring this down some. So to take this off, of course, it just screws off. And as you can see, I mean, hell, the car is 20-some years old, right? Or almost 20 years old. So it's already crumbling here. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but so yeah. But I will say what I did notice on a couple other videos about this is that not everyone screws off. So you may want to test yours before you go out and buy a new antenna. Sometimes the connection to this is actually in the bottom or the base of it, and you have to go through the trunk to loosen it or untighten it. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I've seen. Thankfully for me, this one just screwed right off. And so, but again, even doing that, be very careful because you could easily screw it off, and if it's brittle, it could quickly break. Right, and then this is what actually came from Amazon. Again, it's like $7, $8. And what I do like about it, it has the little connectors here so that you can find the right size that fits yours. So let's see what happens works. So be super careful. These things are very, very tiny. Also, make sure you use the washer before pushing the screw in, the end cap. Okay. Again, the screw that's specific for this one, and the washer. Oh, this is pretty neat. Like, and it goes right in here. I mean, it's super simple. Mind you, I'm not doing a lot of work. Now, I don't like that this washer is not wanting to stay on here. I don't like that. Like, why am I supposed to just push it all the way in here? Somebody tell me. Tell me what you want. Oh my gosh. I like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Why is this not staying on here? Yeah, and I just told you to make sure you do the washer, right? I don't know. We're gonna push this on without the washer today. Okay. Anyway, super simple and easy. Super, and which is super crazy. Like the radio actually works without this antenna. I don't know what the transmitter is, but it actually works without it. However, this looks so much better. 100%, so much better. So I think that's a wrap for us for today. Uh, Not a lot to show. Definitely glad to have my baby back. But that's it. So until then, you guys get out. Let's have some fun in the sun. I mean, it's 46 degrees here. So go out and have fun in the sun if you can. And I'm going to see you guys right back here on the next one.